A kind day to you all! I'm Kinsmarck, and I just have a channel news announcement to make. I just came across this a few minutes ago. Apologies straight away. I may get a little rambly in this announcement. Because the demonetization wave currently affecting an awful lot of channels on YouTube just hit this channel, and it hit us hard. Almost everything I've put out in the last few weeks just got completely stripped, effectively, of monetization. And easily a third of our archived backlog got hit as well. Catching anyone up that isn't familiar with what I'm talking about, I couldn't give you an exact time frame. Check out some of the channels that are covering this in much more detail than I for that information. Suffice to say that somewhat recently the algorithm here on YouTube changed, further implementing their constraints upon content that isn't considered ad-friendly. And the UI for creators changed, adding in essentially a mid-tier of monetization icons adjoining individual videos in the list that we see as channel managers on our site. As of a few weeks ago, there were essentially just the icons for complete and total monetization, essentially a little green $ symbol, and then I think it's a grayed out one with a slash through it, either that or a red one, I can't remember off the top of my head, indicating a complete and total lack of monetization. And they have recently added a yellow monetization symbol that I think is actually another little $. I can actually check that here in real time, and yes, it is. And that essentially indicates that it's already flagged as not suitable for all advertisers and is seeing limited to no ad revenue in terms of ads appearing on that content, because it sort of leaves it up to, I couldn't tell you exactly the inner workings of it, campaign managers, I suppose, for the actual companies running the ads, that it's in their court as to whether they're willing to see their ads played on content that is considered in that middling realm of acceptability. And according to a lot of folks that have had their channels affected through a lot of that sort of flagging, in practice, there aren't that many campaigns that are willing to run in that range. It's sort of, if you're in the green, you're cool. Anything less than that, nah. So while in theory it means that content isn't completely demonetized, in practice it actually pretty much is. And I can't lie to you guys, it's chokingly demoralizing to see that, and especially to have it all come about at once, because I can actually tell you this happened in the course of about an hour, because I was managing the channel as I do daily. Just this afternoon I stepped away for a little while, came and checked on it again, and here it all is. So this all happens through an automated process, and the algorithm apparently thinks that a considerable chunk of the content on this channel isn't suitable for monetization. Now, I completely stripped all ads of a video nature manually and willingly several months ago as a manner of protest against some of the preamble for these developments appearing on YouTube some time ago. And I did that as a means of separating this channel and the concerns that we as creators for it have for anything about conflict of interest, about ads appearing in conjunction with critical content that it may or may not have relevance to, etc. And at this point, it's getting difficult to justify that as a person interested in making channel management and content creation a career. And the thing is, I had disabled all video ads. I allowed banner ads, sidebars, and some of the little like pop-up ads, the little rectangles there on the lower end of the screen, to continue playing on our content, because those, from what I had read, were not the ones causing the issues, and they are also the least invasive, especially the little sidebars. So this limitation put upon all monetization of affected videos then also hits those same non-video ad formats, which means it hits even us that had disabled a lot of the things that affect a lot of other channels pretty hard as well. So I can't honestly say I've made up my mind about how to react to this, because a part of me is inclined to just sort of throw up my hands and just say, you know what, screw it. I'll just activate ads on the entire channel again, and whatever sticks I'll keep, and because they seem completely random, I'll just have to live with whatever gets demonetized. And since, again, it's strange, apologies again, I know I'm sort of rambling and I'm jumping around from topic to topic, because, again, I just found this a few minutes ago, so I'm still in the midst of processing it, and I just figured I owed you guys a more raw response to this. Anyway, it seems like the content on this channel hit the most in terms of stripping it of monetization, or at least just giving it the limited, so at least they can say that in theory, oh, it's still monetized, even though in practice campaigns aren't running for those demographics. Anyway, the affected videos are coming primarily from the ones I've released in the last month. Now, that isn't to say that all of the affected videos come from that time period. For some reason, though, it seems like the more recent stuff is the stuff getting hit the hardest. I couldn't tell you why. I'm sure that's just some strange little caveat in the algorithm. However, there are still, I actually checked this a few minutes ago, ads getting stripped from episodes on this channel as far into the eons of the channel's past as the first 5 videos I ever uploaded to the channel. So it's digging deep, it's searching down to the roots, and affecting us pretty hard. I can't lie to you guys, that hits me hard as a creator, and I like to think as a professional, because that just stings. And I suppose on a more positive note, it just makes the actual monetary supporters that we have through sites like Patreon and our subscribers on Twitch that much more valuable to us, because you guys now more than ever are the ones keeping us alive, considering that even if I had kept video ads on the channel for the last several months, I would have just lost pretty much all of them. Well, I mean, I did just lose the ability to even restore pretty much all of them for, seems like, a lot of our stuff moving forward. And again, I cannot thank you guys that have chosen to support us monetarily enough. As anyone that's kept up with this channel for any amount of time knows, I hate asking for money, and I've promised myself and you guys in the past that I will never just straight up ask you guys for money. I cannot I can't work myself up to do that. I have, I guess you can call it too much pride. I acknowledge, though, that as a professional and as a career creator, it is in my interests professionally to at least call more attention to the avenues available to any of you guys that are inclined to support us that way, even if I don't just directly ask you to do so. I need to start alerting you guys a little more frequently, and I know that's annoying for a lot of folks. Comes with the territory of trying to do this professionally, so I suppose, again, a little reminder that we do have a Patreon, and thanks YouTube for deleting the tip jar feature here on YouTube. I guess they figured, well, that was helping people, we'll just get rid of it, though, because, I mean, they have other things that they can get that from, so that's not an option. So Patreon is, subscribing to us on Twitch is, and then, of course, there's just straight donations as well through the link that is also on our Twitch page. Again, I am not asking anyone to do so. I have had people ask, how that they can do so. So I figured I'll mention it, and I'll certainly ask for the consideration for anyone that might want to. If ever there was a time that we might need that extra helping hand, this is it. Considering that, again, man, almost a full month's worth of stuff. I'm scrolling through it right now. Just got stripped, and easily a third, if not more, of our archive here on the channel also got hit. And I'm looking at titles, and some of these are really child-friendly, mundane-looking titles. Maybe it's something I put in the meta tags that's getting these auto-flagged, or maybe the algorithm comes with some like video search software that's looking for, I don't know, violence in games or something. I couldn't tell you. That's just pure speculation on my part, so I shouldn't engage in that over much, because it'll get people assuming that I'm speaking from an informed place, and I'm not. So I don't want to give the wrong impression there. So anyway, I think I've rambled on enough about this. I just felt I should let you guys know what just transpired today. And I suppose I'll leave it up to the comments, because I am interested to hear what you guys have to say about the concept of potentially remonetizing the channel, just in the interests of saying, well, since principle hasn't served me here, clearly it seems like the algorithm is just stripping things at random. So, is it maybe in my interests? Do you guys care one way or another to activate ads on the channel, including video ads playing prior to and after episodes, and just saying, well, if they get stripped from it, then that happens, and if it doesn't, I'll just enjoy the revenue from whatever makes it through that filter, as straining as it seems like it is now. So, or would you guys continue, geez, let me rephrase that. Would you guys prefer that I continue the way that I have since I made the choice to completely strip all video ads from the channel and just continue on that way? I'll say this in fair warning, and I don't mean this to sound like a threat or anything. That's not the way I mean it. It's just it's a professional cause and effect, I suppose, that if it does seem like that's what a lot of people would prefer, then I will have to call much more frequent and vocal attention to the avenues available for people to contribute to us here on the channel and to support us monetarily. Because if I can't do that through ad content, then I'll have to supplant that with community support. And I'm happy to do so either way. Again, I haven't made my mind up. I'm not entirely sure yet, emotionally, logically, how to process this, how to move forward. So I'd like to hear from the audience and hear what you guys have to say on the matter, because I am open-minded to what you have to say. Again, it stings. I'm sure you can hear it in my voice and probably see it in my face. I am not excited about this. And even though, again, I've had ads disabled, there was always that ability of saying, like, well, if I wanted to, I could re-enable them. Well, now I can't, for a considerable chunk of the channel's content, and I don't like having that choice taken away from me. So, anyway, check out many of the other channels that I know are currently discussing this in much greater depth. I certainly haven't done the situation justice in terms of informing you all about the details of it, and I didn't intend to in this episode. This was very much just an alert for you guys about how it's affecting this channel. So anyway, look into it if you're interested. Again, consider checking out the several avenues available to you guys that are interested in continuing to support us monetarily. So as always, Patreon is included in the description of this video, and anyone that's inclined to support us on Twitch, if you enjoy our live streams, that's available as well, and it functions the same way. So even if you don't watch our stuff on Twitch, it's still a means of contributing to us monthly. So, it's whichever you prefer. So, anyway, I'm Kinsmarck here at Last Level Press. Thank you all kindly for your consideration and for watching. And as always, I wish you all good gaming and Godspeed.